it's just something that the world has always had and always will have. But the lack of money being available to borrow for business certainly gives criminals a big boost in doing what they do, and that is commit crimes. And so the bankers, who very often are considered criminals by some, they are instituting other kinds of crimes because they're not lending. And, while I was thinking about that, I wonder what the lending situation is in North Dakota, which has its own banks. So if anybody's listening from North Dakota, is it hard to get a loan there? Good question.
Yes, it is a good question. So, folks, send us the answer.
I think
they still get funded.
Economy's doing well.
I mean, they still get funded by the Fed, don't they?
No, they don't.
They don't get any loans from the federal government?
I guess not.
Then it would be more like a credit union, the way they would be run?
Could be. I'm not an expert on that. Hopefully somebody will fill us in. Not today. We only get about 8 minutes left, but I know that North Dakota is doing very well. Well, and the rest of the nation has problems.
Do you see silver crashing up through the $20 level and gold going past $12.24 in the next 3 months?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I know also with the coins, if it does it relatively quick, 3 months is relatively quick, you'll see those coin prices come right around also.
Well, I think if we break out and go to 1,500, the premiums on coins are going to increase. And more people are going to come into that market. George Soros doubled his position. Jimmy Rogers is into gold, and they're pushing it. And the Chinese government is pushing that Chinese get rid of their dollars and other currencies to buy gold.
There was one.
And they got ads running all the time.
There was one comment that came in. I don't know if this was meant for the air or not, but it's Krugman, the Nobel Prize-winning economist, got out of the stock market 10 years ago, but he keeps his assets in dollars. How much of a genius is he?
Who is that?
Krugman, Nobel Prize-winning economist.
I don't have much respect for Krugman. He's another Keynesian. They live in another world.
Anything come out of the House meeting yesterday? Any comments on that?
I haven't seen a thing.
The summit that they had in Washington?
I know one thing, they just voted down the supplement for unemployment. And Jim Bunning said, you guys did what you wanted to do when you had the majority, and you don't now. And it's just, and the comment was, it's tough shit. And that's what he said to the Congress. And what I think he's looking for is, I think he'll approve it, or get it approved, if the Democrats will junk the medical reform program and cap and trade. That's what I think he's after.
You think he'll get it?
Well, they've defeated that, and because they wouldn't roll on it, and so they're going to have to fight their way through it, and they're not going to get them passed. They think they are, but I don't think they are. And it's still up in the air.
Well, you know, also Judd Gregg, I guess he's the outgoing Republican senator from New Hampshire. He said that, you know, so more and more people are getting at least it out that the financial meltdown. He says the U.S. is heading for a debt-driven financial meltdown within 5 to 7 years.
Try 8 months.
8 months.
Now this thing's coming like a freight train, and they're aiding and abetting it. And they're trying to put in austerity programs, Greece and Iceland, and then the other 18 bankrupt countries right behind them, and that includes us. That's where this is headed. You know, the train has left the station. It's moving, and if you're not in gold and silver, you're going to be screwed in plain English. So you better be there, or you're going to have a woeful situation.
Is there any one thing that they could pull out in order to stem it for another year?
No, I think they've committed themselves. See, they got to go for it. There's no backing out. And they've started a deflationary move, I think. I don't think it's going to be obvious to people for perhaps October, but more likely at or just after the end of the year. And we're going to have all kinds of bank failures. We've had 20. We'll have a minimum of 500 this year, and probably 1,000, or at least 1,000 within 18 months. Let's put it that way. You know what the bill for that is? $500 billion. You think the government's going to come up with that money? I don't think so.
Not when it's the people's money. Not when it's the normal Joe out there's money, and they won't.
They don't care.
They don't care. And
all they want to get is paid off. I mean, look at Dodd and Birch Bayh.
Yeah.
I mean, how much money how many millions do they have in their campaign coffers?
Yep. Really is.
And they get to keep it all tax-free.
Yep. Unbelievable.
And that's wrong.
Yes, it is. And we're out of time. And it's wrong that we're out of time. Hey, do you know what? Monday's going to be March 1st. Unbelievable. March 1st. A new month. And, folks, a new day in order for you to get your gold and silver coins. You don't have to wait until then. You can give us a call right now, 800-375-4188. And for your complimentary issue to the International Forecaster, give us a call, 800-375-4188. Be safe out there, folks, particularly those of you that are without power. Of course, you're not listening to the program. You're up without power, unless you had a generator. But be safe out there. Have a great weekend. Until then, good night and God bless. Thank you, Bob.
Bye-bye, and thank